Yes.
Would you describe yourself as compassionate?
Empathetic, very much so.
Yeah, okay. So here's what
To
I'm
a fault,
wondering.
probably.
Okay. So I'm very curious about that, because one of the disadvantages of being high in agreeableness is that you're more likely to be a target for disagreeable types.
Certainly.
And this is a really important notion. So I was talking yesterday, who was it with? I can't remember, but we were talking about, oh yes, it was Andy. No, we were talking about the establishment of this, utopian community in the middle of Seattle. The mayor described it and said, well, maybe it'll be the summer of love, which is extremely naive thing to think, especially because the summer of love blew up. And that's sort of a celebration of agreeable virtues. And so agreeable people are very generous and kind, and they're not backstabbing, and they're empathetic, and they're self-sacrificing. But there have been computer simulations, very sophisticated computer simulations by evolutionary biologists of what happens if you get agreeable people together. So imagine you have a population of people and all of them are agreeable. And so they're cooperating away. It's all very kind and nice. But if you put one person in there who has psychopathic traits, he just takes over everything.
Yeah.
And so the agreeable people always have the problem of how do you handle free riders, cheaters, and psychopaths? Right. And you might be utopian and say, well, those people just don't exist and they shouldn't exist and we shouldn't structure our societies that way, but that ain't going to cut it, because psychopaths are always 3% of the population. They vary between 1 and 5. And so if you're so is it possible? I don't want to push this interpretation beyond its reasonable limits, but I'm wondering,